All right, friends, it's T and I'm back with a new video. We're going to do a reaction video to Stephanie Keto Person. That's right, Stephanie Keto Person. I don't know what to call her, the carnivore slave? Carnivore is not a diet, so maybe it's a diet slave. All right, let's review this video. So, Stephanie Keto says, protein overload, how to recognize it? That's a good question. Okay. There's no such thing as protein overload.
Here we go with a very common question.
Okay.
How much protein is too much?
That's a stupid question. How much spaghetti and fake food is enough? How much salad is enough? Well, they don't know. You want to know why? Because ghrelin and leptin doesn't work with fake food because it's not a highly nutritious diet. There's no nutrients in it. Yeah, nothing that I know that that a human can, accordingly to science and tests, they're not bioavailable. You can't absorb them, and they're full of oxalates, toxins, and sugars and whatever. So, how much is enough eating fake? Well, a lot of people are eating a lot of fake food out there, right? Blaha eats 80% fake food and he says 20% protein. Give me a break. You as a carnivore, you human, you are carnivore, you eat meat. Now, as far as diets, that word diet is fake. Now, is she using diet in her thing here in the beginning? If she's using diet, then again, it's fake. There's no such thing as diet. It's made up, it's man-made, it's fake. This is bullshit, okay?
You know. Let's get into it right now.
I'm going to explain what this is, this so-called enough protein is enough. Watch this. I don't know why this girl, Steffi, or whatever her name is, I don't know why she thinks she actually knows something. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything. She's like, well, I started eating carnivore, so I must know something about carnivore. That carnivore is what you are. You are a carnivore. This whole thing she's trying to explain to you, it's wrong. Just eat meat. That's it. And water. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out.
Welcome everyone to my very humble life. Now,
here's a question. As a carnivore, how much is enough protein to eat as a carnivore? There's no fucking such thing because you're not meant to eat a diet. You're not meant to eat fake food. You as a carnivore eat meat. So enough is until you reach leptin, and leptin kicks in and you can't eat anymore. Ghrelin and leptin.
Let's get right on into this video. How do you know when you are consuming too much protein? Maybe on any diet, because...
How do you know when you're consuming too much protein? You don't. You need to eat enough protein to be in a positive nitrogen balance, which vegans are not. They are not in positive nitrogen balance. You want to know why? Because in a protein diet, your cells are only interested in nutrients. That's it. They're only interested in these micronutrients, these nutrients, okay? They get absorbed into the cell. They're not interested in sugar, oxalates, toxins, or ricin, or cyanide, or whatever else, dude. They're not interested in any of that, or sugar, whatever. They're not interested in cellulose. They're not interested in any of that. They're interested in nutrients, okay, dude? So how much is enough? It's never enough. You can eat as much as you want. You can eat as much as you want, and you won't be able to eat as much as you want. You want to know why? Because leptin is going to kick in, and you won't be able to swallow any more meat. Your body will literally cramp up, and you won't be able to swallow any more meat. That's why, how much protein is enough? Well, until leptin kicks in, and you can't swallow another piece of meat. Hello? You're not going to throw up. You're not going to have acid reflux. You're not going to have fucking anything at all. Get it, dude? But if you eat a fake diet, ghrelin and leptin doesn't work. That's based on addiction. You understand me? On cravings and addictions. That's what that diet is based on. Why? Because it's plants, and all plants are drugs, and all drugs are made from plants. So whatever she says, she's wrong. Okay?
It really depends on the individual, but if we take...
That sounds the most stupidest thing I ever heard. It depends on the individual. All individuals, all humans, are carnivores. Now, if you want to call yourself a crazy name like I'm a hyper carnivore because you're eating a fake diet, you understand me? You're not eating 100% meat. You started introducing fake food. Oh, well, I eat 50% fake and 50%. So I'm hybrid. No, that's a name, bro. You're labeling yourself. Nobody's stopping you from eating fake food. I'm saying you as a carnivore, you eat 100% meat. That's it. So all individuals are the same. She's wrong.
Keto and carnivore, these low carb people tend to go really skyrocketing high.
Again, she's mentioning fake food, carbs. Why doesn't she just say drug-induced carbohydrate diets? It's a drug addict diet. Again, all plants are drugs and all drugs are made from plants, dude. Get it, man?
On protein. Now, bodybuilders do that as well.
Bodybuilders are building fake muscles because bodybuilding's complex. It's based on a myonuclear domain limit. If you don't have any more nuclei, you can't synthesize more protein. You understand me? That's why they eat carbohydrates. They're creating fake sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles. If you're not looking, if you don't have experience in the bodybuilding world, then she can't speak, okay? She doesn't know the difference between myofibrillar growth and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy growth, okay? She doesn't understand these. Glycogen loads in the muscle. You can load a lot of it, giving you the appearance that you have muscles, and they're fake, okay, man? It's not based on myofibrillar strength because you didn't build any more myofibrillars or anything. There's nothing going on there. Remember, it reaches a domain limit beyond where the progenitor can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth because they hit a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process, okay? And one unique feature of untrained muscles is they get damaged. But here's another unique feature. The repeated bout effect kicks in, and with a repeated bout, there's no more damage. The problem is you need to look for unaccustomed bouts of exercises to get that damage to come back, to try to get the progenitor to donate its nuclei to support further muscle growth. But that domain has to be pushed to its limit. It actually has to hypertrophy before it could get damaged, before it could donate any more nuclei to support further muscle growth. It's not going to support something that it doesn't need to support because it hasn't reached its limit. You understand me? So there's no point. It's complex. Bodybuilding is very complex, something that she may not understand, which I believe she doesn't, okay?
Things are always taken as normal. You eat 200-300 grams of protein in that bodybuilder world.
What does that mean? 200-300 grams of protein. What if 200 or 300 grams is not enough to reach positive nitrogen balance? You as a lifter, if you go to the gym, it's kind of obvious. You're breaking, there's a window for protein synthesis, but there's also a window for protein breakdown, right? So protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. You understand me? To see that mass visually on that myofibrillar, you need to be in a positive nitrogen balance that makes you anabolic. That's what happens. Now, if you're anabolic, you're going to start burning fat. You're going to lose fat. Your body's just going to drop it. It's going to drop it, bro. It doesn't need it because you're not going through a famine. You're going through a feast now. It doesn't see you as being hungry or starving. So it's going to release the fat. All right? You're going to have an energy high at first. There's going to be some energy. And then as the fat goes, you're going to run out of energy. So then what do you need to do? You need to eat animal fat. Your mitochondria will start running off animal fat. Then you need to introduce more animal fat instead of eating lean meat or beef or whatever meat.
Nobody's talking about their health problems.
Oh, yeah.
Now people are translating this to low carb worlds. And I'm going to tell you when there's too much protein consumed.
There is no such thing as too much protein consumed. I'm consuming a lot of protein every single day at the buffet. I'm eating for 4 hours straight. I'm eating pounds and pounds of protein. You understand me? I'm not counting. I'm eating as much as I can until leptin kicks in and I can no longer swallow any more beef. Lady, get it? Yeah, get it through your head. You gotta be in positive nitrogen balance. All vegans are dying because they're catabolic. They're out of nitrogen balance, thus you are catabolic. And if you're catabolic, you're aging, you're deteriorating, get it? You're deteriorating. If you are catabolic, you are deteriorating. You understand me? You're not. That's the opposite of anabolic, being positive.
All right, let's count the ways. When you consume too much protein, one of the most simple physical indications of that is stinky pee.
Oh my God. Are you serious? One of the indicators of eating too much protein is stinky pee. Give me a break, man. This is ridiculous.
Your urine smells very much like ammonia. It's a strong, sharp smell.
Yeah, I'm not really getting any of that, and I'm eating loads of beef. She's making this stuff up, man. This is made up, man. I'm telling you. It's not like I dislike her channel. I like this lady. She's interesting. But she's absolutely wrong. She's talking on subjects that she doesn't know. And even if she is, I don't know if she's eating pure meat or eating carbs or what the hell she's doing. But it sounds like she's lacking something. She's lacking. She doesn't know the science behind what positive nitrogen balance is, protein synthesis exceeds breakdown. She doesn't know what bodybuilders, steroid fake bodybuilders, or people that go to the gym, athletics, natural people that aren't taking drugs. Like, she doesn't really explain exactly.
Often this comes from the body not being able to break down all that protein and utilize it.
Oh, body break down the protein? Well, here's the thing. When you eat all that protein, you chew on it first. So 75% of it is blood. And that's going into your saliva, it's going into your mouth, and some of it going down your esophagus. And then once you chew it up, it's kind of semi-dried up, the juice is chewed up. You swallow it. You have hydrochloric acid in your stomach. So what happens? It dissolves the meat. That's what happens. It dissolves it. It digests it. It dissolves it. And you mostly pee a lot if you are eating what you're supposed to as a carnivore meat. So you end up peeing a lot and you really don't shit a lot. That's the whole thing.
So it's got to come out. And it comes out in the form of your urine. That's a sign of too much protein. Now, also another sign, or how do you know when you're eating too much protein, is foamy,
Again, it's not just protein. It is. There are nutrients in meat. There are elements in there that you need. You understand me? There's nutrients in there. There's vitamins and minerals inside meat. So how much is too much minerals and vitamins? It's never enough. It's never enough. You need a lot of it all the time. You need a lot of it all the time. Lions eat a lot of meat sometimes in one sitting. They can literally sit there and gorge, and then they just kind of hop around and sleep all day. You understand me, man?
see bubbly urine. Yeah, it's weird because
Bubbly urine is if you're dehydrated. If you get bubbly urine, that means you're dehydrated and it smells like ammonia, and it comes out really yellow. So she's wrong.
find more and more people with this malabsorption of protein. If you can't absorb,
There's no such thing as malabsorption of protein either. There's no such thing. She's wrong.
your protein, no wonder a lot of you guys are losing strength and feel tired or have skyrocketing blood sugar. But there's more. There are more.
How could you have skyrocketing blood sugar if you're eating meat? For me, that doesn't make any sense. I'm eating loads of meat. I don't have skyrocketing blood sugar, and I'm looking younger. I'm looking better, leaner. I'm just looking way better. If I had skyrocketing sugar, wouldn't I be fat by now or something? No, nothing's going on. There's nothing going on. She's making this. She's fabricating this stuff. It's fabricating. She's fabricating it. Any proof of any of this? No. She's just talking. She doesn't show you any proof. She doesn't prove anything she says.
Indications of too much protein. Now this stuff becomes even scary.
Oh yeah, scary. Yeah, okay.
The scary stuff is when people start to develop high levels of iron. Their ferritin levels skyrocket.
Okay, so why aren't mine skyrocketing, lady? I'm eating at the buffet for hours, and I mean just hours. How come my stenosis and my nerve damage and everything is getting healed? Huh? Why is everything going away? My teeth are fucking stronger, my bones, my muscles are much better, I'm leaner. Why? Why? I know, cause eating a high nutrient your natural food as a carnivore is, it's gonna be really bad for you. You're gonna get skyrocketing sugar, and you're gonna get all these problems in urine, and it's bad. And yeah, huli hapu pupola.
B12.
But it's okay to eat a fake diet, a ton of fake food, and guess what? You're gonna be healthy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's okay to eat platefuls of spaghetti, like huge mounds of spaghetti and salads and all these weird fruits and vegetables, mounds and mounds of them. But if you eat a little bit too much protein, if you go over 200 or 300, bro, you're in for trouble. Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
are the most uric acid.
Oh, uric acid. Isn't that when you eat apples? Isn't it uric acid in apples? That ain't any meat.
These are dangerous.
Oh yeah, these are dangerous. I must be dead already then, because I've been doing this for quite a while now. I've been doing this for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. I must be dead.
So many people are not checking out their existing health before going carnivore.
Oh, I am, and my doctor checked my blood levels, by the way, and guess what? LDL, HDL through the roof, man. And guess what? Testosterone 1200. I'm barely working out. 1200 from eating all that meat. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. And I actually can sprint now without feeling pain. I feel amazing, like I was a teenager again. I don't know what's going on. So whatever it is I'm doing, eating all that meat, not counting it, overeating, plowing it down like crazy is working. It's working. So why would I listen to you?
Because they'll see these stories like Michaela Peterson or Jordan Peterson or whomever is touting carnivore as being the second coming of Christ. I'm just saying.
What is this? What is this unnatural human being talking about? Carnivore, there's no such thing. You are a carnivore. You are a carnivore. You eat meat. Now, anything else you eat is artificial, is fake. Get it? It's a slave diet. It's a prisoner's diet, what they feed prisoners, bread and water, rice. They feed it to the slaves, spaghetti noodles, whatever. They feed it to slaves and they feed it to fucking prisoners. Get it? But they market it. They're marketing it to who? To you, because they've enslaved you, the middle class. You're paying the taxes. You're working. You're doing a bunch of stuff, okay? So they've marketed towards you to steal your slave money, bro. How else can they steal your slave money from you? You're going to work. They're paying you a slave wage. They need that money back. So they sell you a bunch of fake food, and you're halfway starving. And then when you go to your job, they're going to tell you, that people like her are going to tell you, you're overeating too much protein. There's not enough protein. You are working all day. You need to eat tons of protein. You're walking, you're living, you're sleeping, you're walking, you're working. You need a lot of protein. You need enough protein to fill in the gap of the fake food, because you need to stop eating the fake food and start eating your real food. And when you start eating it, you need to make up for that. Get it?
A lot of these people are omitting some of the pitfalls. There's no way that you could do any diet as a modern human with a broken gut and toxic body and not have a problem with something that you eat for a plethora and multitude of reasons. If these gurus don't tell you the potentials or the potential problems that could arise, then they're not being honest. A lot of you develop leaky gut from utero. You're born. You're not born.
Leaky gut from uterine. You're not going to get a leaky gut eating you as a carnivore eating meat. What you eat does not create that. I don't know where she's getting this stuff from.
And some of the mothers aren't breastfeeding their children, or they're not vaginally birthed.
Yeah, maybe it's happening to them. Yes, definitely. Let's see.
Down the road. So once you start that off as a child and have had antibiotics and schmaxines, and yes, I said schmax, enes, rhymes with. So as you can see, that even starting off as a child can put you down the wrong road with being malabsorptive of protein. But of course, the standard American diet, hypochlorhydria, stress, Alcohol, pharmacological interventions, sleepless nights can all make you malabsorptive. Poor quality meats and not having the right microbiome and stress and all of these things as you grow older. Now you're connecting to lifestyle stress and certain foods that create a leaking gut, which is a big reason why people have foamy urine.
There you go. Foamy urine that she was talking about in the beginning, leaky gut. That means you're getting it from eating something that's poisonous, a fake diet. Fake food, okay?
Alcohol, smoking cigarettes.
There you go. Partaking in these fake things. Alcohol, poison, cigarettes. There you go. There you go.
Blood sugar all over the place. Plastic.
Blood sugar? Where's blood sugar? There's no blood sugar in you as a carnivore eating meat.
Food, pesticides.
There's no pesticides in my meat.
Eyes, fillers, like all this stuff jacks up your gut wall, makes you malabsorptive.
Yes, we know
Of
that.
eating fat. They think that if you eat fat, you're going to get fat. So they're...
Yeah, I never heard about that. If you eat fat, you're going to get fat. Well, if you're eating fat, which is donuts are fattening. Why? Why is it fattening? Well, the sugar in it, the stuff in it converts to sugar, then, spikes insulin, and then the fat that's in it converts to fat, into triglyceride. It's an energy source. It goes around, and then it collects as an energy source and triglyceride. Boom. Here's the thing, what I noticed. Sugar it's a lie. Sugar is going to make you fat. Okay? It's triglyceride. But when you eat complex carbohydrates, so we have saccharides, polysaccharides. So when you eat complex carbohydrates, they convert to glycogen. They load in the muscle. All right? And these other carbohydrates that you eat, these other carbs, these simple carbs, whatever, these man-made foods, carbs, whatever, fruits and vegetables, whatever. They all convert to triglyceride, okay? They're not starch. They don't convert to glycogen. Some goes to the liver, the rest goes into the muscle. That's why you get these people in gyms. They love to eat a lot of rice and potatoes and rice and everything after the workout. And they get this starch, and then they load and create these sarcoplasmic muscles. Boom.
There's just so much garbled nonsense of nonsensical things touted and taught.
Yeah.
Need a lot of protein to build muscle. It is all about your insulin and the cortisol and that weak gut wall, and of course the circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
But if you don't have your sleep on point, you're eating too much protein. If you're over, as a woman, if you're going over 75 grams and you're not 6 feet tall, like if you're 5'7", 5'8", and your protein's at 75.
Listen, there's no number. There's no 75, 100 grams of protein. You are a carnivore and you eat meat, okay? If you're not eating fake food because you're filling in the gaps. You're filling in the gaps because you're not eating enough meat. You understand me? Here's the problem. You as a carnivore, you've been giving fake food everywhere. And so you're like, oh, I'll have a piece of meat or I'll have a little steak here and there. You're not eating enough. And so you start snacking on fake food, and then you start eating more fake food. And so is that normal? And then all of a sudden you tend to eat a lot of fake food. You're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner fake food. Raw cereal, this, that, milk, cereal. And then in the afternoon, some more fake food with bread, spaghetti, pastas, and lasagnas, and garbage, whatever, salads. And then, dinner time comes, and I don't know, man, what else you eat there? Dumplings, this, that, some whatever. Who knows what with bread and a bunch of weird stuff and everything. You know what I mean? Like, you're just eating a lot of fake food. You're just filling in the gaps because you're starving, bro. You're a starving slave.
And you're moderately active. People keep thinking you need to be super active to build muscle. So therefore, rather, you have to eat a lot of...
Yeah, bodybuilders, they tend to... she's going to say bodybuilders tend to eat a lot of protein. I don't understand what she's talking about. I told you it has a domain limit, so it's not going to work. It's not going to work, bro. Let me find that part where she was talking. Hold on. I kind of lost it.
Garbled nonsense of stuff jacks up your gut wall, makes you malabsorptive. Now you can't absorb your protein very well, and you see these sort of symptoms like the foamy urine or like the stinky urine. Yeah, you see this a lot in people trying to do a carnivore and ketogenic diet. The reason why people eat protein is because they are afraid of eating fat. They think that if you eat fat, you're going to get fat. So there's just so much garbled nonsense of nonsensical things touted and taught. Calories don't matter. 500 calories from cookies or 500 calories from your pork belly. The
Cookies don't exist. They don't exist. They're fake. I don't know what she's talking about.
They're going to make you gain weight, not the pork belly. Unless you have broken metabolism, you might gain for both, but you
are never going to gain any weight eating animal products. And pork actually is a carnivore animal. They're putrid. You shouldn't be eating them.
Always going to gain more weight.
Animals don't eat carnivore animals. They eat herbivore animals, and that's what we eat. We're apex predators.
Great eating cookies. There's a lot of information that is just so bent and so backwards that a lot of you guys don't know how to put your macros together. You do not need a lot of protein to build muscle.
Yeah, because you want to know why you don't need a lot of protein to build muscle? This is what I was waiting for. Because muscle has reached a nuclear domain size limit. And you know when it reaches it? A unique feature of untrained muscles, untrained individuals is they get stiff and sore the very next day due to what? Muscle damage. Okay. What do you need to do to get that damage to come back? Well, it's protected now by the repeated bout effect phenomena. With repeated bout, there's no more damage. It's protected. It's an adaptation process. Okay. So what do you need to do to get muscles to become damaged again? Well, what do they say in science? Unaccustomed bouts of exercise are known to cause what? Widespread muscle damage. So you need to do unaccustomed bouts of exercise to do what? To get this damage. Are people unaccustomed to lifting in the gym? No, they're accustomed to lifting. They're lifting slaves, bro. Get it? And so, how much protein do you need? You don't. You don't need anything because you're not building any more muscles anymore. Get it? If your muscles are not getting damaged, then you are not building any muscles in there. That's it. It's really simple. If you're not getting a donation of these nuclei to synthesize more protein, then you can eat protein to high heaven. Those muscles will never grow. No matter how much you lift in the gym, pushing weights up and down, if you don't get any micro injuries in them and you go home adapted every time, you're adapted to your exercises. You understand me? You're accustomed to them now, lifting them. You're never going to get any damage. It's complex. I can explain. There's other reasons I can explain why that happens and how to get out of it, but it's complex. There's a complexity to it. People still never really understand that. When you came into the gym, you were untrained. You lifted a bunch of weights, right? But you jumped, you lifted. You most likely tried to lift as heavy as possible, as much as you could. I'm not talking about strenuating yourself, strenuous weights. Just heavy enough because you were like, okay, I'm going to do curls and then I'm going to do these flies. And you go, okay, this is kind of light, but this is kind of heavy. And your testosterone's pretty high. You're a young person. And so you got a lot of strength there with the testosterone, whatever you start lifting. You start throwing a bunch of weight all over the place. Okay, you get this damage, then it never comes back. You want to know why? Because you start doing progressive overload. When you progressively overload, you're activating motor units now and androgen receptors for force production. So that's not associated with muscle damage. Let me explain something to you. If you progressively overload but slow, you don't jump to a heavy weight. That's why you need to move to a heavier weight. You need to jump. You can't go progressively, really, I'm going to go in progressive overload and just keep going. No, you need to overwork the muscle, but you need to jump heavier. It's called an overworking of an untrained, you need to overtrain that muscle. You need to work that muscle like crazy, but you need to jump in weight. You can't progressively overload. If you do that, that's based on motor unit recruitment. That's not based on getting more myofibrillar growth and building natural strength. You're building chemical strength, some fake strength. Get it?
It is all about your insulin and the cortisol and that weak gut wall. And of course,
yeah, that's not happening on you as a carnivore if you're eating meat. Maybe fake food there, lady.
Circadian rhythm. But if you don't have your sleep
circadian rhythm is when you eat what you're supposed to.
on point, you're eating too much protein. If you're over,
You can never eat too much protein to be in positive nitrogen balance. Wrong.
As a woman, if you're going to over 75 grams and you're not 6 feet tall, like if you're
That doesn't make any sense. She never even mentioned to you what positive nitrogen balance is. Man, she doesn't know anything about eating. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything about lifting, nothing.
5'7", 5'8", and you're
Whatever.
stinky, sneaky, golden.
Yeah.
You fracked. Blood sugars.
Okay.
Don't have enough energy to get through your workout. That's why people are eating fruit.
You don't get enough energy to work out through your workout. It's because lions, the same thing with lions. You think they're going to go work out and run around anymore after they eat, after they gorge and eat a bunch of meat? No, they're going to go and sleep and lay down. Why do you think because you're eating what you're supposed to as a carnivore, meat? That's how your body reacts and acts. You're supposed to lay down, relax, and sleep a lot, and procreate and spread DNA. Get it? Fucking spread DNA, okay? And yeah, out in the world. And you're not supposed to be working. That's why working is very painful for humans. It's strenuous. That's why the elites have enslaved us. So we work for them, so they don't have to work. They've enslaved you, so you suffer. Because they want to live a la 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 lifestyle. You understand me? They don't like nature. They don't want to be in nature. They want you to slave for them, build them cars, houses, make their real food. They'll eat the real food while you eat the fake food and all that. They slave you and then steal your slave money and do a bunch of stuff. Okay, dude? So if you can't understand that, how the world really works, you're living in a fantasy world. This world is a slave farm. This whole place is a slave farm. You're all slaves. And you don't understand how it operates because you're confused. So is she.
You know you're having too much protein when your electrolytes tank.
No such thing. They don't tank. There's nothing going on there. There's nothing going on. She's wrong, man. And this whole energy thing, that's why they put you, that's why I said, that's why they put you on the fake diet, the elites. Because they're slaving you, so you go work. You get all this crazy energy from the plants, the drugs called sugar. It's a drug. And then you go run around and work like crazy, and you're all high and this and that, whatever. You understand me?
You know you're having too much protein when you're constipated. What do? Drop the protein.
No such thing. Never constipated. You're not constipated. There's no such thing. I'm not constipated. It's a lie.
My people, and up the fat. That's the solution.
No. And then up the fat. Yeah, you should up the fat anyways if you want to. Okay.
It's not rocket science. Men,
no kidding.
But you're eating fat all day long to compensate.
Yeah, okay.
Much protein. Do you take digestive enzymes? Depends on the person.
Digestive enzymes? That makes absolutely no sense. You as a carnivore don't need anything. You don't need any of these fake enzymes, by man-made enzymes, or any of these things. She's making this stuff up, man. This doesn't exist, okay?
You can't take protease. It's very hard to find it. Oh.
No, you don't need none of that. It's fake.
When you stinky urine, dark in color.
There's no stinky urine. Maybe you're sick still from eating fake food, fake carbohydrates or something. I don't know.
And then you have all these physical reactions.
Whatever.
Very simple. Comment below. My Instagram is...
I have no idea what she's talking about. She made this stuff up, man. I'll see you in the next video. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one. Look, man, it's channels like this. They start talking about stuff. They don't know what they're talking about, and they start making it up. No, I'm not saying I'm perfect myself. You know what I mean? I'm still learning about a lot of stuff. But it's kind of obvious on the face of it. You can understand exactly what she's saying. If you got experience, you can tear this apart. You understand me? Then she starts talking about bodybuilders. What does she know about bodybuilding? I don't know. What does she know? See what I mean? Like, is this based on her experiences? I don't know. This whole stinky urine thing and everything, she's all talking about these things. Is it based on her experiences? She can only talk on her experiences. But she's trying to tell you that people are going to get stinky urine, this and that. Did she get stinky urine? I didn't get any of these things. I don't know what she's talking about. Get it? That's why I made the video. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.